The CampWorks Online Reservations feature enables real-time reservations directly through your website 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Guests love the convenience of making online reservations. Plus, it frees up your staff to focus on serving your on-site guests, which provides a noticeable improvement in service levels and guest satisfaction, and results in more repeat visits and referrals. Best of all, an optional booking fee can be automatically added to online reservations to cover our fees, so there's no cost to your business to take online reservations. Let's take a look at how simple it is to set up and use. Implementing CampWorks online reservations into your website is very easy. You can implement it as an iframe inside a page on your website like this, or as a standalone page like this. For compatibility with smaller mobile devices such as phones, keeping it as a standalone page works best. The design is completely responsive and will look great on any screen size. To integrate our booking pages, all you need to do is insert a button like the one shown here with our one line of supplied code on your page to open our booking site. Within the CampWorks software online reservation setup screen, you can control the behavior and appearance of online reservations. This allows you to customize it to fit your own business rules and to match the appearance of your website. In this screen, we can control the amount charged to the guest when an online reservation is booked, if online discounts are accepted and shown on the online page. Vehicle charges, same thing, whether you want those to show up and what they are and how much they are. Whether an online booking fee is charged. You can specify all of the text and customize all of the text in each of the different pages and areas of the reservation booking process. The payment card processing integration can be set up here, what you're accepting, camping or cabins, and then there are various options around the rig types, whether you want to require the length, width, or any rig types at all to be entered in, pets, whether you want to show the types of sites that you have specified instead of hookups, or whether you want to show the type only versus the actual rental space when availability is shown. We realize many of our customers would prefer to not allow the guest to select an individual specific site, so this way they can only select a type of site. And then whether group reservations are enabled to be taken online or not. Notifications can be sent, and there are links for your booking page on your website and your terms and conditions to display to the customers and have them accept. You can modify the appearance, and you can select what columns of information should be shown in the availability search tables. To enable communication between our server and your CampWorks computer, and to ensure the security of your network, we work with you or your IT professional to set up the proper authorizations in your firewall and router to allow communication between our server and your master CampWorks computer. Once it is set up, you just need to keep your master computer on and connected to the internet at all times to accept online reservations. With online reservations enabled, CampWorks displays an online indicator in the upper right-hand corner. This visual indicator gives you a constant visibility and confidence that your online reservations are working. CampWorks checks every minute that the online reservations are functional. If there is ever a problem, the indicator turns red, letting you know immediately that something is wrong. Now that we've covered the basics of setup, let's demonstrate how easy it is by making some reservations. Let's start with a standard individual reservation. When the online guest on your site clicks on Book Reservation, they get this screen that is set up based off of the configuration options in your CampWorks software for online reservations. So let's make a basic reservation. We'll do it for a campsite, and let's do a premium full hookup site. check in today, out tomorrow. They have a fifth wheel that is 35 feet and with slide outs 12 feet wide. We search for availability. It goes to the campground computer, gets the information, and brings it back that quickly. The terms and conditions page that you specified in the setup is now available. If they click on this link, they will be taken to that page to review your terms and conditions. If there are multiple pages of entries, they can click on and look at multiple entries. There's only 7 in this case, so let's pick site 3, 2 adults, and they've read and agreed to the terms and conditions, and now we'll get rates. Again, it's going back to the campground computer, getting the current rates from your database, now displaying them. I have already done this before, so I will have it auto-fill. Normally they would fill in any information and type any notes that they want to specify. Let's say would prefer to be close to pool if possible, and continue. Now they will confirm that all of the information they have entered is correct. They have the opportunity to go back and change it if something's wrong. If everything is good, we're basically holding this reservation for them for 10 minutes to ensure that someone else on CampWorks at the campground or another online user doesn't try to book this same site. We have a test credit card number I can put in to test the process. We enter the information and can complete the booking. So now we hit submit, and it goes to the payment processor. It validates that the payment is good, and if it's good, it confirms the booking. So our reservation is now booked. Now if we go to CampWorks, we can see that all that the guest is given at this point is the reservation number, 5668. When we go to CampWorks, now CampWorks is flashing that there is a new web reservation. If we double click the new web reservation, you can see reservation 5668 has appeared. All we have to do now is confirm the reservation. We just open the reservation, we make sure everything looks correct, payment's been received, the balance is 0, all looks good. So all you need to do to finalize the process is to send them the confirmation letter. So you click on confirmation letter, send email. I'm just going to view it so we can see it. You can add any notes to the confirmation letter. This is the standard confirmation letter process, the same as CampWorks. And so here's the form letter that has been created by all the text that you've entered, and just hit send on that to finalize the process. Now if we exit back out and go to the main screen, give this a minute to update, and we'll see that the blinking indicator has now disappeared, and that's it to finalize your online reservation process. To show you what this process would look like from a mobile phone perspective, I have reconfigured my web browser to be the size of a mobile phone. So let's make another reservation, and this time we'll make it as a group reservation so you can see the group process. Let's do a new group, Johnson, give it a password, and hit search. Now I have these sites available. With a group reservation, the main difference is that you are now creating a group block of sites. So the user can select different sites, and they do not have to be continuous, and put all of these in the block. So I've selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sites. And note, because we are now in a mobile configuration and the screen size is narrower, it looks a little bit different. And there are these pluses and minuses. Plus enables the user to see, the guest to see information that normally wouldn't fit because of the mobile screen, so they can see the rest of the columns shown this way. Alright, well, let's make this group reservation so you can see this process. Now the rest of the process is making the reservation for the group host. So how many people are on the group host site? Let's say it's 2 adults. They agree, get rates. We'll go through this quickly because the rest of the process is the same as a standard individual reservation. Okay, here's the rates, and I've pre-filled out information. I have this stored for access. You can see from the mobile standpoint, everything has been redisplayed in more of a vertical format so that it is easy to work with on the narrow screen size of a mobile phone. We submit the credit card information, it processes it and confirms and stores the reservation in the CampWorks database on your site in your computer. So now that process has been done, and we've seen what the booking experience would be for a mobile user. Now we can see the new web reservation is flashing up here. If I look at this and I open it up, we will now see that this is a group. All 5 sites are part of this group. I can click on Manage Group to see that they're all there. And the only difference now is that in the confirmation letter process, there's another option. So I'm going to use the View option again instead of Send Email. The one we did before is the individual confirmation letter. That's what you normally would send, and you will send in this case to the guest, the group host. But you also have a second option, and this is the group confirmation letter. And the group confirmation letter is a letter that you email to the group host, and the group host can forward this email to the rest in the group, and it has whatever information you want included, but the primary, including your cancellation policy, etc. But the primary information that it has is the number of rental spaces that are reserved for that group, and the link for members of the group to log in and claim one of those individual sites. Depending on the setup, it may not show the individual site numbers if you are not allowing the guest to pick their site number, but in this case we are. So they have a group name and a group reservation number, and they can log in then and create the group reservation using these credentials. We will close it and exit out, and our blinking indicator should go off. When a member of the group receives their group confirmation letter from the group host, it will have the information they need to come to this site and to log in and claim one of the spaces. So they enter the group name and do a search to see, enter their rig information. Let's say they have a 5th wheel, 30-foot, 12, search. And now it will list the available spaces in that group. So these are the only 4 that were reserved as part of the group, and now they can make their own reservation for one of those 4 spaces that are part of the group. Into the adults, red, get the rates, and the rest of the process now is the same as the standard reservation process. They would fill it all out, enter their information, continue to pay, and so on and so forth. So this is no different than a regular reservation now going forward. We realize many of our customers want to put their guests on sites that they want to specify versus the guest deciding which site they get. So we have a provision for that. I've gone into our CampWorks setup and I've changed the settings to now allow show availability only by the site type and not by the individual rental space. So let's make a reservation in this case and show you the difference. I'll just put some information in so we can see it. We hit search, and now the results are displayed in a completely different way. This shows each of the different types that were set up in CampWorks and the descriptions that you specified in your CampWorks setup, and then the total quantity available. So this way The guest does not get to select a specific site number, but only a site type. And so let's just do a primitive tent. Actually, that doesn't match with the type of unit. So let's do a back in and put 2 adults. And then the process is the same after this that we've shown you in the previous portions of the video. Now they make their reservation. They are just not getting a specific site number, and that site number is not showing up, or does not show on the confirmation letter. What happens now is once the reservation is made, in CampWorks it will create the reservation and just put it on the first available site of that type. And then the campground staff can move that reservation around to whatever rental space that they wish to put it on. With nearly all of your customers connected and online, we hope you will strongly consider accepting online reservations. The trend is clear. Customers not only want to make reservations online, they expect to. The fully integrated combination of our PC-based CampWorks software and our WebRes online booking service provides the ultimate solution. Your data is stored locally, giving you fast, unrestricted access, but you are still able to take real-time online reservations through your website. Let us help you to embrace the online reservation trends and to grow your business.